This is Brother from the Third Stone here, and I am going to briefly talk about getting your house in order. And I don't mean just doing spring cleaning or what have you around the house. I mean getting your papers together for your last portion of your life. That's a will, a trust, a family trust, and a living will. Um, Reason why I'm saying this is because I had a time with my father on his last days that we got him to do a family trust, and me and my sister were in charge of that trust, and so was he while he was living. And the reason why I say this is because he had to enter a nursing home his last months on the planet. And what happens is that when you go into a nursing home or a family member goes into a nursing home, they are, first of all, they look up all your finances, see if you own a home and what have you. And if you own a home, they look for that as collateral to pay for residency at the senior citizens facility. Now, 2020 hindsight, when my mother got Alzheimer's, she succumbed to that, and we didn't have a anything like that. And the court had to appoint a lawyer for my mom, even though she was incapacitated. They had to appoint a lawyer on her behalf. It went smoothly, but it's just the fact that you have to go through all these hoops just to get everything in order. So the state had that had a had a representative for my mom. Being that my father saw this, we put our heads together and we decided to make sure that we had a family trust. Therefore, by the way, my father was responsible for some of the stay at the nursing home. That's what I'm getting alluding to. So when my father got this trust, family trust, we, and by the way, you have to outlive the signing of the trust 5 years. Now they may have changed it because I know that powers that be were trying to up that to 7 years. It's called a clawback or a look back. And they're able to look back at your finances for the past 5 or 7 years. Fortunately for us, when my father signed the trust, it was 5 years almost to the day that he passed that look back. So we were in the clear. So we kind of thought. So after he got into the nursing facility because he had dementia, the nursing home that was housing him started to contact me saying that we owe money, what have you. By that time, I had contacted DSS. Now, when a family member goes into a nursing home, especially if they're a senior citizen, elderly, what have you, it's imperative that you contact DSS so you can get the full benefits of that because they were, when my father went into the nursing home, they actually paid everything in full. It took a while. It takes about almost a year, but they paid everything and they did it retroactively. My suggestion to you is do the same thing and don't succumb to people calling you about money from the nursing home because I even had collection agencies calling my house or calling me directly trying to get money from me. Now, if you pay money to the nursing home facility and they get their money from the government, they may not return your money that you've paid. I'm just letting you know that because I don't trust too many things out here. So once you've paid something, they're not obligated to pay you back. and you might have a long, dragged out fight trying to get your money back that you paid out already. So my advice to you is do not pay them, especially if you're going through DSS, that's Department of Social Services, and that's in any state. Get yourself an elder care lawyer that knows the law inside and out. I know somebody that's very, very good, and she is in New York. So if you want to do that and you reside in New York, just hit me up on the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to share that information with you. But making a long story short, these guys were coming at me and saying, I need to pay this, I need to pay that, you owe this, that. And this was going on for about 6 or 7 months of them constantly calling me. Now, the nursing home, I talked to the people that were running it. They said, don't worry about it. I said, but it's in collections and they're calling my house. So you don't have any control over the collections agency, which is an independent agency. So they're calling and they're harassing you. And the funny thing about it is, after I told the collection agency, I said, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I can put you on Eyewitness News, or we can continue this folly. So they stopped calling. But the fact is that they will harass you. Do not give them money, especially if you are already set in motion DSS, social services. So that is my diatribe right now on that particular topic. Remember that 5-year look back, and your family's finances will be untouched. They cannot go after it. So when my father went into the facility at 95, like I said before, he had just made it. And thank goodness, because that particular facility was about $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Now, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And oh, by the way, you can put yourself as a caregiver, and the government will pay you. I mean, look into that also. If you are, if you're retired and you have a relationship with your senior parents, you can also do that, and the government will pay you. It may be a little taxing on you because, they are loved ones, and it can get kind of hairy because things will come up that will bring you back to childhood days that may not be good for you. May be a little taxing. So that's why nursing homes thrive, because people do not want to deal with that dichotomy of parent and child, because that's pretty stressful. So in any event, this is Brother from the Third Stone. You have a wonderful day. Peace and enjoy. God, it's going to rain again. And they're supposed to have something at Virginia Beach today, which is Smoke on the Water, I think it's called. Music on the Water by Pharrell Williams. He's down here. And it rained the whole weekend, guys. This is not good. Later.